Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Yoga for Everybody session today, Skills in Self-Care. Let's begin with some breathing. The breathing is the foundation for our entire practice. The exhale is more important than the inhale. In order for us to be able to get in a good deep breath, we have to push all of that residual and stagnant energy out to make space for a big inhale. So let's start with a technique called boxed breathing. Now, to do this technique, you can close your eyes and you can imagine that you're drawing a box in your mind. If you want to keep your eyes open and watch me for the instruction, you're welcome to do that as well. So to begin, we'll exhale all the way. And now imagine that you're drawing a line up. You're starting to draw a square and you're inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, draw that line across for about a count of 4. Exhale from your throat. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and now close up that box in your mind. So you're starting by just drawing a square. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, pushing the air out. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling again. Pull the breath in pretty quick. And now hold it. 4, 3, 2. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Close up that box. Close up that square. Let's try it one more time. Big inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. And then exhale. And pause. Now just breathe easy wherever you are. Let's go ahead and start improving posture and breath in the upper body. Turn the palms up from wherever you are. Pull your elbows back. Circle your elbows back behind you until your palms are facing forward. Then you're going to pull your elbows back and in towards the ribs and bring the hands down. Let's match this with our breath. Every inhale, pulling the elbows back, breathing from the belly through the ribs and up to your heart. And then exhale slow. Big inhale, pull the breath into the nose. Pull from the elbows and then exhale. You can even exhale like you're going to whistle. Sometimes this will stretch that exhale out. Big inhale, clearing out the nasal passages. And now from the throat. Let's transition this into a twist. Inhale, take the arms up. As you exhale slow, twist over to the left, lowering the hands down on your lap. If you're in a chair, maybe place your left hand behind you on your seat. Let's all swivel at the waist, draw the left shoulder back, press the right shoulder forward, and look back over your left shoulder so that we complete that twist from the navel all the way up through the crown of the head. Lower your chin. On the inhale, let's bring both arms up, straight up towards the sky. Maybe even pause for a moment and reach as if you're climbing a rope, reaching up and out of the side waist, the ribs, and the armpits. Let's take in one big breath here and reach at the top of the breath. Bring the shoulders towards the ears. Exhale, twisting to the right. Let's lower that left hand across the body, right hand maybe to your seat. Twisting at the waist, we're drawing that right shoulder back and the left shoulder forward, looking over that right shoulder. The breath might be a little bit shallow here, and that is totally okay. In fact, we're twisting so much here. If we tried to breathe into the belly, it might create a little discomfort. So let the breath be shallow. When you're ready, chin is down. Inhale, both arms come up and overhead. Big breath in. Let's reach up again. Reach out of the ribs, out of the armpits. Pull up from those shoulders. Exhale, let's swan dive, taking the hands out beside us. lean forward and then reach back behind you. And maybe just for today, turn your palms up so that you're pressing up through the palms behind you. Let's lower the chin just for a moment so that we can check in with the muscles in the neck and around your shoulders, pressing the shoulders away from the ears and maybe trying to pinch the shoulder blades in behind us. Imagine that we're trying to hold a pencil behind the heart. From here, you may want to try clasping the hands together, lacing the fingers into a knot or a fist, or maybe let the knuckles rest at your low back. Let's lower the chin and exaggerate at least 3 big inhales with the center of your chest. Exhale all the way first. Now, big inhale into the chest. Bowing out the ribs, exaggerating that lift of your heart. When you're ready to exhale, just completely relax. Let's try 2 more. Big inhalation. Pull the shoulders back, pull the ribs up, maybe open the throat if it feels like a natural extension of that chest expansion. When you're ready, relax, exhale. Just 1 more, chin down. Exhale all the way. Big inhale. Pulling up the ribs, maybe lifting the chin, maybe opening the throat. And just continuing to relax. When you're ready, drop the chest and release your arms. From here, you may want to come up into standing. You are welcome to stay seated as well. If you're joining me at standing, let's take our feet out to about the width of our hips today. No matter where you are with this, open up your right palm. Take that left hand in, touching the thigh, and reach down with that left hand as if you're trying to reach for the outside of your left foot. Let's inhale, sweeping that right arm back, up and around, reaching straight up through the fingertips. Imagine you're holding on to, 500 helium balloons. As we inhale, press firmly into your right foot. If you're seated, shift the weight down into your right hip. As we inhale, we're focusing that breath on the upper right lung, breathing into a space under your right armpit. Let's look up towards that extended arm. This might feel like a little bit of work. This is used to strengthen some of the neck muscles. If there's any pain, we could most certainly turn our head and look over the left shoulder instead. Let's try 1 more big inhale, pushing down into the right foot or down into that right hip as we reach. On the exhale, sweep that arm back and down. Let's bring our head and neck to neutral and maybe turn the head left and right a little bit. Let's come to our still point, pressing the right palm into the outer thigh, reaching down with that right hand for the outside of our right foot, opening the left hand this time. As we inhale, we're sweeping back and around with that left hand, reaching straight up towards the ceiling, holding onto our helium balloons, pressing down into the outer blade of that left foot, or maybe just pressing or shifting the weight a little more into your left hip, exaggerating the length along the left side of your body. This is used to stimulate the energies in the body that help with effective digestion, absorption of nutrients, and elimination processes. Let's look up at that left hand. Breathe into the upper left lung. Big inhale, reach and breathe, breathe, breathe. When you're ready, slowly let that arm come down. Again, turning the head left and right, establishing neutral with the head and the neck. On the next inhale, we'll sweep both arms straight up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Let's step the feet out to about the width of our hips. And you could be in a chair doing this or standing. If you're standing, maybe turn the toes out a little bit and the heels in for comfort. From wherever you are, knees are bent. Let's press the hips back. If you're in a chair, you may want to scoot forward into your chair. That way you have room to just let the hips rest on the back edge of that chair. Leaning forward with our hands on our thighs, fingertips are down. We're starting with the elbows bent to protect the spine. Looking forward as we inhale, let's straighten the arms, arching the back, creating a back bend, maybe even lifting our gaze to where the wall meets the ceiling, or opening the throat just in a little bit of an exaggerated way. As we exhale, let's pull the tailbone under and then relax your upper back and spine. Let the head hang loose. Let's shake our head yes, and then turn it left and right. When you're ready, come to a still point, hands on the thighs, elbows bent. Flip the hips back, straightening the arms, propping up the ribs, propping up the collarbones and the upper shoulder girdle. Big inhale into the chest. Exhale, slowly let it curl down, rounding the upper back and dropping your head. Bending the knees, one more. Inhale, hips back, flat back. Straightening the arms, exaggerating that bend in the upper back, using a little bit of a corrective posture practice today. Big inhale. And then exhale, relax. Upper back relaxes. Head is relaxing as well. From where you are, slowly come to a flat back. Let's bring the body up to standing or to a tall seated position. From where you are, inhale, bringing the arms up and overhead. Exhale, sweep the arms back and around, reaching the arms forward with the palms up. If you're able to stand or maybe hover over your seat, slowly bending the knees, the hips are sitting back into chair pose. So if you're already seated, maybe just push into your feet and come up a little bit off your chair. On the next inhale, you can sit or stand. Big inhale. Exhale, take the arms back, sitting back into chair pose. Or press into the feet and give the hips that little lift off of your chair. Let's try this a few more times. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, take it back and around. Reaching the palms forward, maybe even lifting those arms up just outside your ears, creating a little bit more shoulder strength. One more. Inhale, sweep it back. Bring it up. Exhale, back and around. Last time, Utkatasana, chair position. Hips are hovering over the chair. Either it's a little lift or it's a sink. Hands may come up a little bit higher outside the ears. When you're ready, let's lower the hands down. At your leisure, coming into standing for mountain. For mountain pose, let's take our feet out, maybe just a little wider than the hips. Both toes are forward. Now, if you're seated, you might need to turn sideways on your chair for this stretch. That way, maybe you can get one leg straight. So I'm going to demonstrate both. From standing, your left toe stays forward and the right toe goes out to the side. So your feet are perpendicular. Left toes forward, right toe out. If you're seated, hopefully your chair permits you to sit a little bit on an edge, so that you can have your left leg straight and you can keep your right knee bent in this position. So we have our left toe forward, right toe out. Let's all bend the right knee and then extend your arms out from the shoulders, holding warrior two pose. Now, of course, if there's any discomfort in your shoulders or in your neck, maybe bend the elbows. And using cactus arms might create a little more comfort in your shoulders or neck. Wherever you are, let's look past the right fingertips as we hold our warrior two expression. If you want, go ahead and reach forward a little bit. And now reach back with that left hand. So you're just kind of sliding through that rib cage and that waistline, massaging the internal organs. Again, another movement to ready the body for lunch. So digestion, elimination, absorption of nutrients. Just keep reaching forward and back a few times. When you're ready, stack the shoulders over the hips. Let's take our right hand onto the thigh. Slowly lean into that right leg. Maybe put the right elbow on the thigh if that feels better. Let's turn our left palm up and sweep it over your head. Press into the outer blade of the left foot. Then pull up and out from your left rib and armpit, opening up that left waistline. Let's play just a little bit with the position of our head and neck. Maybe looking up, very traditional, also the most strenuous. Looking straight ahead, Not as strenuous, still a little bit of neck work involved. And finally, if we really have any tenderness in the neck, you can look over your right shoulder and just allow that rotation of the head and neck to complement gravity. Inhale into that upper left lung, big breath in. Exhale, slowly find warrior two pose again, extending through your fingertips. Let's lower the left hand down so it's either touching the outside of that left leg, or maybe put the left hand on your left hip. Let's turn the right palm up. As we inhale, we're reaching straight up with that right hand into our reverse warrior. And if you want, you're welcome to lean back into that just a little bit, maybe bending that right elbow if there's any tension in your shoulder. Just for today, let's all look back over the left shoulder, working with gravity in the pose to create as much comfort as possible in the neck and in the upper back while we open the side ribs. One more big inhale here. Breathe under that right rib. And now exhale, slowly relax that. When you're ready, let's walk our feet in. Feet stay wider than the distance of the hips. This time we're keeping our right toe forward and turning the left toe out. With that right leg, if we're seated on the edge of our chair, we may be able to extend that right leg out, and we can be a little more forgiving on the positioning of the foot when we're seated because we're not putting as much weight into the joints. If you're standing, right toe forward, left toe out, hips are open, warrior two. Let's extend out through the fingertips, looking back over to the right, just a little bit of a neck mobility and stretch. Let's bring it to center, looking over the left, gazing over the left fingertips. Maybe we reach over that left knee, sliding the shoulders over that left thigh, and then bring it through center, reaching back, maybe sliding that right armpit back over your back thigh, and just simply sliding a few more times, exaggerating the openness on the right side of the body this time. We're working with energies that promote healthy liver function, so that's going to be stabilizing glucose levels and also helping to release iron reserves for more energy. Let's bring the shoulders over the hips, holding our strong warrior two expression. When you're ready, place the left hand on that left thigh. Right hand can go by your hip or low back. We could even put the left elbow on the left thigh, going a little deeper into that side bend. On an inhale, let's extend that right arm up and overhead for our extended side angle pose. Looking up, very traditional. We're rolling that right shoulder back, pressing the left shoulder forward while we extend that top arm overhead. We could always look forward in alignment with the heart or look down over the left shoulder. That could just be a lot more forgiving when it comes to stress and tension in your neck. Breathe into that upper right lung as you reach. Exaggerate, reaching through the fingertips while you press back and down into that right foot, opening up the right waistline. When you're ready, let's slowly bring that right arm to our waist or low back. Pushing off that left thigh, we're turning the left palm up and reaching straight up, reverse warrior pose. That right hand might stay at your waist, or it could go down on the outside of your right thigh. If you're noticing any pain in the neck or shoulder, bend that left elbow. Inhale, pull up from that left armpit, opening up that space on your side rib and armpit. This is the path of least resistance for the breath right now. Big inhale and exhale, looking over that right shoulder. Maybe just one more big breath in. And now exhaling, coming to warrior two one more time, looking beyond those left fingertips. From here, let's bring our hands together at the hips. If you're standing, go ahead and walk the feet in. If you're seated, walk the feet in as well. From standing, you might want to take one step back with your left foot And we're gonna lift the right toes up so we can find a nice deep calf stretch from standing. If you're seated, extend your right leg out in front of you and lift your toes. Now, no matter where you are with this, standing or seated, we all can get this really great stretch into our calves and behind our knees. Keeping our standing legs soft. We're pressing our hips back as we're lengthening our chest and heart over that extended right leg, finding an expression of pyramid pose. You might want to pull that right toe up to accentuate the stretch, or maybe lower that right toe down, bring the hands to your right thigh, and give the body permission to relax. From standing, you may want to walk the hands to your shin, or even all the way down to the floor to accentuate the stretch in pyramid. Just like we've done before, let's exhale from the throat and shake out that head and neck, giving the body an opportunity to release any tension or stress that might be hiding in your spine. We're going to give the body an opportunity to let it go with the breath. Another big exhale. To safely come up, let's all bring our hands onto our shin or thigh, slowly coming up. If you're seated, switch out the legs, extending your left leg forward. From standing, we can step our right foot back and lift our left toes. Both legs are straight, knees stay soft. Hinging from our hips, we're pressing the tailbone back, keeping that left toe lifted to possibly recruit a little more sensation in the back of your thigh, knee, possibly even in the back of the heels by the Achilles tendon. At any point, pressing that left toe down. As we exhale, allowing our chest to move over the left thigh. And maybe if we're standing, walking the hands down closer to the floor. Let's all hang the head nice and loose. Shake it, yes. Turn it left and right. Heavy exhales from the throat, like a sigh of relief. Let's try at least two. Big inhale. And sigh. One more. To safely come out, let's walk our hands up to the shin, then the thigh, and we'll slowly make our way up to either standing or seated neutral. From standing or neutral seated position, if you're seated, move away from the back of your chair. Let's work again a little bit more on the upper spine posture, making fist with our hands. Let's inhale, elbows back and around, exhale down. Inhale, open. Exhale down. One more. Adding on to this, inhale, opening up, taking the fist and putting them on your low back, just outside your sacrum. The sacrum is the bony structure at the very end of our spine, shaped like a triangle, and then the tailbone is actually attached to that. So your fist or your hands are not necessarily just on the low back, they're below the low back into probably more of the fleshiness of your glute region, the upper glute or the very low back. From here, let's start with our chin down as we move into a supported camel expression. Inhaling into the heart, pull the collarbones up towards your chin. And now exhale, relax. So we're keeping the neck neutral, strengthening and manipulating the deep core muscles. Chin down. When you're ready, exhale all the way. Big inhale into the center of the chest. Lift the ribs. Collarbones coming up to the chin. And then relax. When you're ready, one more big inhale. Collarbones lift. Press the shoulders down. Push into the low back. And now release it all. Let's take the hands down onto our thighs in front of us, practicing just a little bit of Bhastrika. It's a final cleansing technique that readies the body for digestion. Bhastrika is a big inhale with a forceful exhale. It looks like this. We inhale through the nose, and then we exhale. It's a very hard exhale. It's similar to like in karate where you hear, hi-ya. It's a strong You're going to use your abdominal muscles to push the air out, making this an active exhale instead of what is usually a very passive exhale. Let's try 5 of these. Exhale all the way first. Big inhale. Exhale, ha. Big inhale. Ha, exhale. Keep that rhythm. 2 more. Last one. From here, just breathe easy. Maybe turn the palms up. Let your shoulders slide down along the sides of your spine and back. Lengthen through your spine. Big breath in. Inhale. Hold the breath. Contract the muscles in your pelvis. Create a urethral squeeze. Squeeze the muscles that pull up and support your bladder. When you're ready, relax that contraction. Exhale. Inhale. Pause, pull those muscles up in the pelvic floor, hold it with that inhalation. 3, 2, 1, let it all go. Just one more. This is known as the practice of Kumbhaka, to hold the breath, and Mula Bandha, to strengthen the pelvic floor and the muscles that support your low back and hips. One more, big inhale. Top of the breath, pull those muscles up in the pelvis, squeeze the inner thighs together, maybe even pull the armpit muscles in. 3, 2, 1, let it all go. Now just breathe easy. In closing today, we can all bring our hands together at the heart, the seal of physical strength. Taking a deep breath in and then closing together. Thank you everyone for being here. Namaste. See you next week.